Final round 18 here with my special friend. I call him Jaxx, but he also has a DJ name, and you can go from here.
I can go from there. All right. My DJ name is Spiralus. Currently, I have an album coming out here, coming soon. I've been working for Final Round for 7 years now. 7 years. I don't know how we stand each other for 7 years.
Close to a decade.
Is it? That's pretty close. I don't understand how I have friends that I come to see every year for 7 years in a row and not hate everybody.
I can tell you exactly how that happens. Hate manifests into love. But is that what you put in your music?
Oh yeah, all day. It's love. I got a few tracks, one of which is really, really personal to me that I actually made from a love story. So it all depends on what you see. Like I've rapped on one, I've been very aggressive on my tracks. I had my homie come through and sing about being cheated on. So like there's some tracks in there from my album for everybody.
Is it touchy-feely?
A little. It's a little in your face too. It's a little diverse, everything. It has like video. It feels like some tracks feel like they can be soundtracks for video games. Other tracks could be, anything else you can make out of. You know what I mean?
So in life so far, how has the fighting game community treated you?
All right.
Personally?
Personally?
Yeah, personally.
I don't know. They accepted me with open arms because everybody has seen me work behind the scenes and pick up everything and move everything, and I'm yelling at people, not out of hate, but because we have to run this tournament. Everybody respects that, and a lot of people have recognized me for that. And I go anywhere, any fighting game tournament, anywhere in any event, and everyone is always receptive to me. I can go in any room in this hotel, and nobody will turn me away. I can go anywhere, and everybody will hand me a drink. It's a very, very, very warm felt love in this community. That's why I always keep coming back here.
Within 7 years, what would possibly be the best thing you've learned or experienced in the FGC, in the fighting game community?
The fact that it doesn't matter what color, what race you are, where you come from, who you are, everybody loves you the same. Everybody treats you the same. Everybody wants to be your friend. Everybody wants to get turned up with you. Everybody wants to have fun with you. Everybody wants to live and enjoy life with you. And instead of dealing with the things that they deal on a day-to-day basis, this is all family. Everybody's treated like family in the FGC.
Well, who was the person who actually brought you to the FGC?
My friend Brian, he's actually here. Choco is his name. We used to go out to these Melty Blood tournaments, and we used to play. But I started, before that, I was actually running video game tournaments. Like I was running like Smash Brothers, and we had this little thing in Arizona that we ran, and we bought our big old CRTs.
I remember carrying CRTs.
Oh yeah, I remember carrying the 32, the 40s. Remember the 40s? Woo! But not.
If you qualified to carry those things.
Yeah. I would be sometimes only carrying them by myself. You'd be beast moding. But no, we had to build we seen an area where like everything was lacking. Like we had no place to. Everybody loves video games. Why was there never a place in our anime conventions for video games? So we made one in our local communities, and then we expanded, started doing other stuff. You know what I mean? And I came here for the first time 7 years ago, and I kind of got drafted. It wasn't really. I remember I got drafted. It wasn't hey, we need somebody to run Smash. It was like, well, I've been running Smash for 3 years. All right, you do it.
But I mean, we're coming to the point where everybody's getting a little bit older. Okay,
Yeah.
7 years, right?
7 years.
7 years in.
7 years.
And let's just say that, God forbid, this actually happens, but something happens and you can't do it anymore. And what would be the first bit of advice you would give somebody who wants to come into the FGC and maybe take your place?
Patience. It's if you could do what I do and roll around and see exactly how I work in the environment that I work in, you have to be very patient with the individuals that you're dealing with. Not a lot of people have the talent to herd cats. And I just happen to be a proficient herder of cats.
Okay.
I can get people to do what I want in the environments and rooms that I'm in because I know how to control the situation before it gets out of hand.
Did you learn that from playing games, or did you learn that from being a DJ?
I learned that a little bit of both. DJing took patience. I stood in front of my white walls before I went out and performed in front of people. I stood in front of them for 3 years. And I just remember staring at these white walls and looking at them, just banging out this drum and bass for hours and hours. And then just thinking, like, all right, I can do this, I can do this. And I caught an opportunity one day, and somebody was just like, we need somebody to do this. I'm like, well, I'll try and do it. And they never expected me to bring vinyl. They never expected me to come through like an original DJ should. And so the same thing here. It's like you never expect somebody to step up. And when you see somebody step up and you see nobody else is doing it, and you see a hole in the situation, instead of me waiting around and making somebody see if anybody else will fix it, I just fix it myself. And that's how I worked. That's how I worked around and found around. It's like there's a problem. There's nobody else. It was a big thing for me. When I first came, like first 3 years, there was a problem, and there was nobody keeping quality control.
Nobody was stepping up.
Nobody was stepping up to keep basically what is quality control, like making sure streams are running on time, making sure people are at the right place, making sure people are at their stations calling the right matches, making sure people are doing things when time is stopped and there's like nobody doing anything. What are you doing? What's going on? What is this? What is this? It's all about keeping things in a consistent motion, especially when you have a big event like this. Nothing can be stagnant. It has to be perpetual, because we need to go. Everybody wants to go out and go have fun. Everybody wants to go out. Even all the staff wants to too. But it stops when nobody's doing anything. We would always run it. I remember in the old hotel, there was one thing that we would always run into, and that is on Saturday night, we would always run into 2 in the morning. And I never figured, the only time we didn't run to 2 in the morning was the last year we were at that hotel, where I remember going to every single room and every single bracket and every single person at every table and making sure they were doing the right things. I remember that. I remember when we moved to a bigger hotel, I remember having to do that, plus run 2 brackets of Marvel and Street Fighter at the same time. Like, I remember doing all of that too. Like, you know, every little bit of sacrifice, time, effort, sustainability, just to make sure that we run this event smoothly. You know, I don't mind getting up at 6 in the morning and leaving at 1.
Or not sleeping at all.
Or not sleeping at all. I don't mind that. I don't mind getting up at 6 in the morning and then coming back and leaving at 1 in the morning. I don't mind that. I make sure that the room is locked. I don't mind that. That is my peace. This is comfort for me.
All right. Well, so speaking in comfort, well, just to kind of wrap things up, what does Final Round mean to you?
Just family. This is what we created. This is our family. Like, it feels like home. Like, when you come back here, this is where you feel like you need to be. Even if it's in a crazy, hectic situation, still you come back to family. You know what I mean? So, stuff. It's been near and dear to my heart for a while. I've done many different things, and every time I come back here, because I know for a fact that this is family. This is where life and love lives.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You will always be welcome, and I'm looking forward to your album.
Yeah, it's coming out. Spiralus Major coming soon, y'all. April 11th. Y'all see it coming out in y'all stores.
Go out and get it. Peace.
Peace, y'all.